Have you ever seen your dog suddenly stop, stare at an empty space, or bark at nothing? Maybe they refuse to enter a certain room or act scared for no reason. Some believe dogs can see ghosts. But is there any truth to this? Today, we're diving deep into science, myths, and real-life stories to answer one big question: can dogs really see spirits? Stick around. What we reveal at the end might change how you see your dog forever. First, I will explain dogs' senses, and then we will break down dogs' ability of seeing spirits. Subscribe and let's dive in. Chapter 1. What science says about a dog's senses. 1. Dogs have super senses. Dogs experience the world in ways we can't even imagine. Their eyesight allows them to detect motion better, even in dim lighting. Their hearing is sharp enough to pick up sounds from far distances, and their sense of smell is so powerful that they can detect scents days or even weeks old. While humans rely heavily on vision, dogs primarily use smell to understand their surroundings. This heightened perception helps them notice things we completely miss, including subtle changes in the environment that might make it seem like they're reacting to something unseen. 2. Dogs can detect frequencies we can't hear. Dogs have an impressive range of hearing. While humans hear sounds up to 20,000 Hz, dogs can detect frequencies as high as 65,000 Hz. This means they can hear high-pitched noises from devices, electronics, or distant animals that we are unaware of. Dogs also sense subtle vibrations, which may explain why they react before earthquakes or storms. Some believe their ability to pick up these hidden sounds and shifts in energy could make it seem like they are sensing ghosts when, in reality, they are responding to real but unnoticed environmental changes. 3. Dogs see in low light better than humans. Dogs have evolved to see well in the dark. Their eyes contain more rod cells than human eyes, allowing them to detect motion and shapes even in very dim lighting. They also have a special layer in their eyes called the tapetum lucidum, which reflects light and improves their night vision. This is why dogs' eyes sometimes glow in the dark. Because of these adaptations, dogs might notice small movements or shadows at night that humans would completely miss, which could explain why they sometimes seem to react to invisible things. 4. Dogs smell chemical changes in the air. A dog's sense of smell is up to 100,000 times stronger than a human's. They can detect tiny chemical changes in the environment, such as hormonal shifts in people or the presence of unfamiliar scents. Some researchers suggest that dogs may even sense changes in electromagnetic fields, which some believe are linked to paranormal activity. While science hasn't confirmed this connection, many pet owners report their dogs acting strangely in specific places, as if they are reacting to something unseen. Whether it's a ghost or just an unusual scent in the air, their powerful noses might be picking up something beyond human detection. Chapter 2. The paranormal perspective. Do dogs sense spirits? 5. Dogs react to unseen forces. Many dog owners have experienced moments when their pets suddenly start barking, growling, or staring intensely at seemingly empty spaces. Some dogs refuse to enter certain rooms or avoid specific spots in the house, even though nothing appears unusual to their owners. While there could be logical explanations, such as subtle noises, scents, or vibrations that humans can't detect, some believe dogs are reacting to supernatural forces. Their heightened senses might allow them to pick up on energy shifts, changes in air pressure, or even something beyond the realm of science. 6. Ancient beliefs about dogs and ghosts. Dogs have long been linked to the supernatural in folklore and mythology. In many cultures, they are seen as protectors of the afterlife or as beings that can sense spirits. Ancient Egyptians believed dogs guided souls to the afterlife, while in Chinese and Japanese folklore, ghostly dogs were thought to serve as messengers between worlds. Some traditions suggest that if a dog howls at midnight, it is sensing an unseen presence. These deep-rooted beliefs continue today, with many people convinced that dogs can see ghosts or warn their owners of paranormal activity. 7. Dogs and their connection to death. There are cases where dogs act strangely before a person passes away. Could they sense an approaching spirit? Many pet owners and caregivers have reported dogs behaving oddly before someone's passing. Some dogs become restless, pacing or whining without a clear reason. Others refuse to leave the side of someone who is gravely ill, as if they know something is about to happen. This has led to speculation that dogs can sense death before humans do. One theory is that dogs detect changes in scent. The human body releases chemical signals as it shuts down, which dogs might pick up with their powerful noses. Another idea suggests that dogs sense emotional and physical distress, making them more attentive during a person's final moments. However, some believe dogs are sensing something beyond the physical, perhaps a shift in energy or even the presence of a spirit. 8. Theories on dogs sensing energy fields. Some paranormal investigators believe ghosts create electromagnetic changes, which dogs might detect before humans do. Many paranormal researchers suggest that spirits alter the electromagnetic field, EMF, around them. Since dogs have heightened senses, some believe they can detect these changes before humans notice anything unusual. Dogs that suddenly bark at empty spaces, refuse to enter certain rooms, or appear to track something unseen may be reacting to these shifts in energy. Another theory connects dogs' sensitivity to atmospheric changes. Some claim that paranormal activity is linked to temperature drops, static electricity, or inaudible frequencies. Dogs have a wider range of hearing and can pick up sounds at much higher frequencies than humans. If a ghostly presence produces ultrasonic noises or subtle vibrations, dogs might react to these unseen forces in ways we don't fully understand. Chapter 3. Real-life stories and paranormal encounters. 9. Dog owners share their creepy experiences. People report dogs refusing to enter certain rooms, staring at ceilings, or reacting fearfully to empty spaces. Many dog owners have witnessed their pets behaving in ways that seem eerie or unexplainable. Some dogs suddenly freeze, growl, or bark at an empty hallway as if they see something invisible. Others refuse to enter a specific room, even though nothing appears unusual to human eyes. Pet owners have also reported dogs staring intensely at ceilings or corners, tilting their heads as if listening to something unheard. One chilling story involves a woman whose dog repeatedly barked at the same spot on her staircase every night at 3 a.m. She later discovered that a previous homeowner had passed away in that very location. Another owner recalled their dog whimpering and hiding under furniture whenever they lit a candle in remembrance of a deceased loved one. These stories raise the question, are dogs sensing spirits, or is there a scientific explanation? 10. Famous cases of dogs and ghost sightings. Some paranormal teams have reported dogs reacting during ghost hunts. Their behavior often lines up with unexplained activity. Throughout history, there have been well-documented cases of dogs reacting strongly in allegedly haunted locations. Paranormal investigation teams often bring dogs along on ghost hunts, as their heightened senses may detect activity that goes unnoticed by humans. Many investigators have reported dogs suddenly stopping in their tracks, refusing to move forward, or growling at seemingly empty spaces. One famous case took place at the legendary Queen Mary ship, known for its ghostly encounters. A paranormal team recorded a dog barking aggressively at a hallway where guests had previously reported seeing shadowy figures. Another well-known case occurred at the infamous Whaley House in California. Visitors frequently report seeing a spectral dog on the property, and real dogs brought inside often whimper or hide for no apparent reason. Could these reactions be proof of spirits, or are dogs simply picking up on environmental changes? 11. Scientists' theories on these experiences. Skeptics argue dogs may just be reacting to drafts, unusual sounds, or smells. But believers think otherwise. Scientists and skeptics offer logical explanations for why dogs might behave strangely in so-called haunted locations. One theory suggests that dogs respond to environmental changes like drafts, temperature shifts, or electromagnetic fluctuations. Old houses, for example, often have creaky floors, shifting air currents, and strange noises that could trigger a dog's instincts. Their acute sense of smell might also detect lingering scents from previous occupants or rodents hiding within walls. However, believers argue that these explanations don't fully account for all cases. Dogs have been observed reacting to specific locations, sometimes aligning with known paranormal hotspots. Some owners report dogs becoming agitated or protective in places where people later claim to see apparitions. While science may not yet explain everything, these experiences continue to spark curiosity about whether dogs perceive things beyond human understanding. Chapter 4. Can you test if your dog sees something unusual? 12. Watching your dog's behavior. Look for signs like staring, sudden barking, whining, or refusing to enter certain areas. Observing your dog's behavior is the first step in determining if they might be sensing something unusual. Dogs have sharp senses and often notice things humans miss. If your dog frequently stares at a particular spot, growls at nothing, or refuses to enter a room, it may be reacting to something unseen. Pay attention to whether your dog whines, hides, or suddenly becomes alert without an obvious trigger. Some owners report that their dogs wake up at odd hours, fixate on ceilings or corners, or act restless in specific locations. If your dog's reaction is strong and persistent, it may be worth investigating further. Keep track of when and where these behaviors happen. Are they always in the same spot? Do they occur at the same time of night? Identifying patterns can help you determine if your dog is sensing something beyond the ordinary. 13. Using a camera or EMF detector. Ghost hunters sometimes use electromagnetic field, EMF, detectors while observing their dogs. Any unusual readings? If you suspect your dog is reacting to something unusual, you can try using tools commonly used in paranormal investigations. Some ghost hunters believe that spirits can cause electromagnetic fluctuations. An EMF, electromagnetic field, detector measures these changes, and some people use them to check for paranormal activity. You can place an EMF detector in areas where your dog acts strangely and see if it picks up any unusual spikes. Another method is using a camera, preferably one with night vision or motion detection. Set up a camera in the room where your dog reacts the most and review the footage for any strange movements or unexplained disturbances. Some pet owners have reported capturing odd light anomalies or even shadowy figures near their dogs. Whether or not you believe in ghosts, these tools can help document your dog's behavior and provide insights into what might be triggering their reactions. 14. Placing objects in haunted areas. Try placing a favorite toy in a spot where your dog acts strangely. See if they avoid it. A simple way to test your dog's reactions is to place familiar objects in the area where they act strangely. Try putting their favorite toy, blanket, or food bowl in the spot they seem to avoid. If your dog hesitates to approach or completely ignores the object, it may indicate discomfort with that space. Some owners report that their dogs refuse to retrieve toys thrown into specific areas, even when they normally love playing fetch. You can also try placing an unfamiliar object, like a mirror or a stuffed animal, in the active area to see if your dog's reaction changes. Some paranormal enthusiasts believe that spirits may interact with physical objects, and watching your dog's response to new stimuli could give you more clues. If your dog suddenly becomes curious, nervous, or refuses to go near the object, it could mean they sense something unusual. 15. Comparing your dog's reactions over time. If your dog always reacts to the same spot or certain times of day, it might not be random. A one-time reaction could be a coincidence, but if your dog consistently reacts to the same area or behaves strangely at the same time each night, there may be a pattern. Keep a journal of your dog's behavior, noting when and where it happens. If your dog growls at the same corner every night at 3 a.m. or always avoids a particular hallway, it may be worth investigating further. Compare their reactions over days or weeks. Does their behavior change depending on the time of day? Do they react differently when certain people are present? Some pet owners have discovered that their dog's unusual behavior aligns with reported paranormal activity in their home, such as unexplained noises, cold spots, or flickering lights. Identifying patterns can help determine whether your dog is sensing something real or if there's a logical explanation for their actions. So, can dogs really see ghosts? Science tells us their senses are powerful, but whether they see spirits or just pick up on things we can't, that's up to you to decide. Has your dog ever acted like they saw a ghost? Tell us your story in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more fascinating pet mysteries.